Actually, when I was chatting to Michael Kaplan a few weeks ago, when I had lunch with him, as you do, and I was chatting with him. He knows one of the owners of Order Bar Brown rather well. He says really nice guys. He said that own it, et cetera, et cetera. And he did say that they were positioning essentially the collection for the older. I'm going back older. I might be saying 40s person, around about that age with money. So it's sort of, I wouldn't necessarily the older Bond fan, but it got me thinking about why the Mission Impossible films might be popular, even though Cruise is in his mid 50s. I think they appeal to a much younger audience than Bond. I have no facts to back that up, but I just genuinely feel that Mission Impossible films are a bit younger, perhaps even a little bit trendier with younger people. And the Bond films are, maybe a lot of guys now in the 30s, 40s, maybe older, that are perhaps more interested in it than the guys or gals in their 20s. I don't know. I have nothing to back that up, but it was just something I was thinking about.
Yeah, that's interesting. Have you got any thoughts on that, Matt? Because I mean, when I talk about Mission Impossible, my girlfriend is fanatical about Tom Cruise. When they said that they're going to film the next two back to back, she's already booking tickets at the IMAX, blah, blah, blah. And I do feel like there is more of a range that the Mission Impossible films cater to. There's more of a wider demographic. There's the hardened Bond fans that Bond will always appeal to. But I don't know if it really covers as many bases. Like you were saying, it's a very more trendier. I think there's more action in the latest. And with Tom, it's always about him doing his own stunts. So when he came on as the producer for the first, I think it was his first produced movie, Cruise and Wagner that did Mission Impossible. I might have got that wrong. But he goes, don't worry, I'll sort out my own stunts. I'm fine with this. And people subscribe to that now, that he's brought it up to such a level where other actors, Craig must be thinking in his 50s, fuck. Why does he have to do his own stunts? That means I've got to do my own stunts. Yeah. And when you have that huge disparity between that is the buzz of what is Tom Cruise going to do next, that almost creates its own vehicle, doesn't it? That people want to see this thing to be believed.
Yeah, well, so there's a few things going on here that I see. Bond still has a bigger audience than Mission Impossible. It does make more money than Mission Impossible. I think part of that has to do with Bond's longer history. On film, in the films at least. The Mission Impossible TV show is almost as old as the Bond film series is. But I do think that Mission Impossible seems a bit more accessible. I think because Ethan Hunt is a bit more down to earth than James Bond is. Because I think Ethan Hunt is someone, even though he does all these incredible stunts that we look up to him for doing, he seems like a regular person doing these. Bond is much more of seems more of a distant figure. He's someone that we aspire to in a bit of a different way than Hunt. But even when we look at the clothes, Hunt's clothes are much more accessible looking, even if they are from high fashion brands. His casual wear, he seems very comfortable in his casual wear. He's known for that more than he is for his suits. But even with his suits, I think because he often wears his suits without a tie, they look more relaxed, whereas Bond is much more formal looking. He has that more of that, but Bond has that history. And I think we look up to Bond in a different way, whereas we can see ourselves maybe more as Hunt. I think people see themselves as Hunt, whereas they look up to Bond and they kind of want to be like Bond. Whereas they might feel like they're already more like Hunt.